All right, welcome back, everyone. We just saw an amazing game between Chinese Dragons versus Diamond Dogs. They did tie, and both teams just played exceptionally well. Very close game. So if you guys missed it and you're just arriving to the stream now, I definitely recommend you go back and watch the VOD on that because there was some crazy games. But that game is over now. We are moving on to the next game, the last game of the evening, which is Evolution versus Nameless King with the sets of Mastermind coming up first, which is Nameless King's pick, and then the Lich on the DDS, which is Evolution's pick, and then a Doctor tiebreaker. So I'm very much looking forward to seeing these games, especially a Lich game and maybe even a Doctor tiebreaker. I haven't seen a Doctor set for a hot minute, but they're always really fun to watch. But coming up first, we've got Mo. I love Mo on the Mastermind. We all know Mo knows. I'm just not going to say that at all.
Yeah,
Unless,
keep
I don't
going.
know, it's so hard not to say, but we are going to be loading in onto the Coal Tower, and we have a pretty spicy build with that Mo has right now. We've got Corrupt, Pain Res, Ruin, and Gift of Pain as well. So we're going to be immediately finding our first survivor that is going to be, I think that was life that was used just then, and just going to be breaking away. Now, Fizz, tell me your thoughts, opinions, feelings, vibes, emotions on how you think this series is going to go.
What if I told you I just had absolutely none?
Well, I got
I'm
nothing to
just
say.
kidding. I'm
I
just
don't
kidding.
know.
I'm just
Oh,
kidding. We did see the ruin just get cleansed in Mo's face, and now we've got a chase onto Anger going towards this main building. We don't really have a bamboozle or a brutal strength to kind of get rid of his pallets. Trying to do the cheeky vault back over, but unfortunately it's not happening, and this is going to result in a tag onto our survivor with the infection as well. Unfortunately, not able to get that cheeky little vault back over. It was just blocked. Going to be breaking this main building door here, continuing this chase onto Anger. Anger just using, main building to their fullest potential. We do have that vault onto that pallet there. We are able to make this pallet over towards one. Just waiting, holding our little checkies there, making sure we're not giving the killer anything. We do vault over. This might spell the down onto Anger there, but Anger just playing this very nicely, just not giving Mo anything. But unfortunately, we're getting zoned back towards this top side of the map. I didn't see a pallet over towards one, so this could spell the downs for Anger. But Anger just holding W to the corner map, knowing that's like, I've got no more resources left. I'm just going to die as deep as possible. Textbook gameplay right here. Fantastic job from the survivor side. And I dare say they've got a 2-1 split happening around here. We've got two survivors working on one generator and another survivor working on a generator by themselves. But Mo does have the Gift of Pain / Pain Res to work with, so this is, a Scourged Hook, so that Pain Res did happen over towards that bot side of the map on that 6. And we also saw Burrito walking his way or stealthing his way up towards the top side of the map. As always, Cold Tower Classic, we do have a disgusting little 3/4 to 5 gen on this top side of the map with another gen over towards 2 and this sort of mid-9 one as well. So these guys need to do a little bit of generator pumping and just get these done. We see they've actually been working on 3 different generators because they've got the generator at 9 working, and then they're doing the gen towards 6, and then Halo's working his own generator somewhere stealthily. Oh, and the generator 2 was actually being done. I don't even realize that. I don't even know what gen was being done, but unfortunately, Thirsty Burrito getting that tag there is just going to result in the trade. Unfortunately, we do get the unhook, which is very good. We do have 3 generators popping for that first hook as well, and this pain res is just low-key going to hit the generator at 9, which didn't really have the most amount of progress on the board, Mayor. But these survivors are doing a fantastic job, just sticking the motors and unhooking that last second.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, they've done a really good job at getting these gens done, but I guess now they have to try and tackle this 4 gen up the top side of the map. So these chases all need to just happen at the bottom side, which we see Halo taking the chase here onto this weird funky tile here. I don't even know what you call this. And Mo gonna be trying to go for a tag and down here. The thing with Mo's playstyle, I've noticed he doesn't immediately go for a tunneler. He kind of just goes like barbecue stacking and goes for a pseudo tunnel out. And sometimes it does work out in his favor, but then sometimes it doesn't. But who knows? We might see it work out this game. But this chase is... Whoa! I was going to say this chase is going for a really long time, and it still is. We don't quite make the shack pallet Yeah, I love the way Wesker just like waves his finger at the survivor when he's pulling them out of the locker. I find that really funny. But we do get Halo here, and we get the pain res and the gift of pain as well. So the gift of pain going to be, having a bit of an impact on these survivors as well, because it does mean they have, when they are fully healed after they get off the hook, they do have, I think it's like a 9% or 10% like speed hindrance or penalty when they're working on gens. So that's gonna help Mo out a lot. But we see Mike is working on a gen in the background too that has a bit of progress, as we do find Burrito here at the edge map doesn't really have much else to kind of work with. Oh, but we have part the way back. Oh my god, we're actually just holding W. Mori just kind of losing sight of Burrito a little bit here. We do have this edge filler palette to play with, but playing on ping, it's gonna be, oh my god, we're just holding W. Never mind. We are just holding W to the corner of the map. So this is exactly where you want to be going, away from all the generators, as we see the gen that Mike is working on about to pop. Unfortunately, not another pain res. Mike is our last pain res hook. So we do get that main gen completed. So now we do have sort of a 3 gen to work around. It is 11, 9, and 1. But it's definitely still doable for Mo. But I think he needs to get a tunnel out if he wants to, get if he does want to achieve a 4K. But even so, I think Mastermind generally averages around 6 or 7 or 8 stages or something like that. Still a pretty decent result. We do find Anya here over at the shack. Oh, gonna be doing a bit of emoting. Come chase me. We do still have shack palette at our disposal too, so going to be breaking this. We don't have brutal strength on as well, which is generally a common pick for Mastermind players on this map, just to get through those resources quicker. You see the FTP coming through onto Burrito as well, so that's going to be really beneficial for these guys. We don't want to get that tunnel out to happen anytime soon. But we do find our last fresh, so this is good for Mo. But dropping the cracker, and Mike does break away a little bit. We do have a pallet and a P and L to work with, but we do get the down onto Mike, and that's going to be our last pain res and our last fresh hook. So on the Scourge hook as well. So when Mike does eventually come off that hook, he'll also get the same penalty as everyone else has. But I think that penalty does run out when they do get injured again from the Gift of Pain or something like that. So I haven't even kept track of who's been injured since they have been hooked. But we do find Halo is trying to work on this gen over at 9, but Mo just going to be going back, not really phased. Like, he just doesn't have a care in the world. He's just going to commit to Anger here. I think this is a reasonable person to be committing to right now. It's into gens. And we do get a nice little throw. What the hell just happened there? We get a nice throw onto Ang here. And, we are going to probably getting this down too. Anger not able to make that window. And now Mo's just going to get this down. And that's going to be down in the 3 gen. And Mo's actually choosing to slug this and go check on this gen. He knows that they were working on this before, and we see 2 survivors kind of breaking away. But these guys have already pre-left, so survivors are doing a really good job at keeping this together, Fizz.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they're not really giving Mo anything for free. They are dying in the perfect spots. Unfortunately, we have found Thirsty Burrito here, so he's going to be taking a cheeky little tag, and it is our tunnel out. But these survivors can go pick up Ango, who did die in main, and hopefully, hopefully Burrito can last long enough for them to jump back on that 9 generator and get it popped. We do see a reset coming through onto Ango, and we do have to cleanse that infection because, like you said, we do get a hindrance when we're fully infected as well. One thing to add as well, Mo doesn't really have any regression to work with besides Gift of Pain. So once they get injured, like he said, after they come off the hook, get healed, they have a regression speed. Don't know the exact speed off the top of my head, but a little bit of sloppy butcher / regression speed after they've been healed. But once they get injured, that stops as well. So, or once they get down, that stops as well. So that's really only the regression he has. He's used all his pain res. His rune got cleansed at the start of the map. Corrupt drops after that first down, or after the time runs out. So now he has to play like super aggressive towards these survivors. We do find Mike and someone else over here towards one. Mike is injured, so this will be relatively a fast chase if that is the case. But Halo's coming in, trying to take a body block here. We do make this pallet over towards 4. Mike choosing to actually just hold W back towards 3. Mo getting a little bit hesitant about his generator, so he's going to try go back towards 8, make sure no one's sitting on that generator. Trying to cut off. Wait, I'm so blind. It was actually Anger that he was chasing, and it was Mike over here towards 8, working on that 8 generator. So my bad, teams. Someone needs to get their eyes checked. It's me. I'm that someone. But we do get the down onto Mike. I dare say Anger and Halo have jumped back onto that generator over towards 1. But these are, even though they broke that 3 gen up the top side, it's still, that 9 gen is still so close that those last 2 generators towards top, so it's very easy for Mo to hold this, especially in the 3v1. But we are committing to this chase onto Halo. Halo only has this little filler pallet to work with. A nice little stun now from Halo, and a little bit of a smash here, allowing Halo to get to this bot side of map, pre-dropping that pallet instantly, so we can play a little bit of 50-50 games here. We do have a little bit of a drop pallet deeper into the 6 area. Halo playing this perfectly. Nice checkies there. Now we're going to just be holding W, trying to whip you up around these rocks, but it's not happening. And the gen pops in the background. Halo just taking that tag, taking the last chase. I think Mo wants to fully commit to this because it's one of his more hook stage survivors, and Halo's just going to be jumping into that locker, so the last 2 of our survivors can more than likely get out the exit gates. Mike's still on the hook there, by the way, and that just means Anger's got to run over there, who is hindered, so he's a little bit slower. He can't really get there as fast as you normally could. But we see the unhook come through, and now that maybe one goes one way and one goes the other, we got to try and get the doors open. And there's a door, I think 11 and 8 I saw, or 11 and 3 or something like that. So they're fairly split from Mo, but we do find the scratchies over here. Someone trying to come save Halo. We want to get everyone out, but unfortunately this is spelling problems, and it's just going to be the down onto Mike anyway, because we don't have Shack Pellet or anything to work with over here, and that's just Anger opening the door. And if, like I said earlier, if I was Anger, I'm just taking that outs by myself and just leave everyone else to die.
Yeah, no, exactly right. And especially I feel like Aang was just like fully infected for a lot of that game too. So he would have to go find a spray and before he could even try and attempt to unhook. But taking the outs is perfectly reasonable here. And a 10 stage 4 fresh result is definitely a good result for Mastermind. It's above, what he would normally get. It's around 6 stages or 7. If I'm correct, but 10 stages is definitely a good result for the Mastermind. So very well played, and very well played to these survivors too. They had a 3 gen they had to work with. They played the 3v1 very well, and Halo just came in really clutch with that last chase as well. So that was very well played. But we are going to be switching sides to see who our killer is for Evolution. I don't know who it's going to be, but we'll find out very shortly. So we're going to take a quick break while we get that set up for you guys. All right, welcome back, everyone. Sorry for the little bit of delay there. We're just setting up the lobby, but we are back to the Mastermind. We just saw Mo from Nameless King get a 10 stage 4 fresh result on the Mastermind, which is a pretty decent result, especially for Mastermind in this balance thing. So we are going to be seeing if Bravo can meet a 10 stage, oh no, sorry, they need to get 11 stages of any kind. Yeah, pretty much just 11 stages. So these guys essentially just need to get everyone out the door, or fresh out the door, or something like that. I don't know the maths. I don't know. I just work here, but I'm just here to cast and sit pretty. But we got Bravo coming in with a pretty stock standard build. We have Corrupt, Pain Res, Eruption, and Brutal Strength. So Brutal being a pretty common pick for Mastermind, just to be able to kind of chew through these resources quickly and just to catch up to the survivors. Jesus, we're gonna be just catching Mia off guard here, kind of jump scaring a little bit, and little Bravo trying to do something a bit funky with the dashes here. I hope to see like a hug tech of some sort. Is that something you can still do in this game? I don't know. Can you hug tech Mastermind? I don't know, but we might see it happen. find out very shortly. But we do see Mayo has kind of just broken away from that tile, able to make it to the bot side of the map to our corrupt gen area. We do have this nice filler palette to work. We're just going to be pre-dropping that, and Bravo got to be breaking that. But with brutal strength, we can kind of catch up a little bit. But Mayo is just holding W. And I don't know if they have a filler here to kind of work with. We do have one. We do make it to this one over at 7. So this is very good. Now, Bravo, gonna be trying to do something fancy here. We do have egg as well, which allows us to kind of hold our second dash before using it. Mayo playing very patiently, just going from filler to filler and dodging these dashes too. Little Bravo probably a bit impatient with that dash there and going to be going down. This is honestly a really good first chase for the side of Nameless King.
I mean, yeah, you said that right, man. It is a fantastic first chase. They get a they get a. I had to buffer a little bit there. They got the first generator done within that first chase, and it was one of those generators that's very, very important to get done. It's in that top side 4 gen as well, so they doubled that, smashed that out, and it lasted that whole first chase. And we do have a 50% generator cranking away as well. So, little Bravo is going to try and work around here. We see the main buildings absolutely pumping away. It's about 50%. We've got to be applying a little bit of eruption, breaking the doors. See, we do have brutal strength, so we're kicking these doors and gens and towers a little bit faster than we normally would, which is, gives us a little bit of time to get back to the hook or go back to a different generator that we're going to try and find. I'm just kind of looking around here, trying to find a survivor, anyone trying to stealth in for the pool maybe, or, maybe someone's sneaking just on generators. We do see a couple of survivors working on gens. We find Hunley here over in this 3 tile trying to go in for the save. Unfortunately, that pallet's not coming through. We do take to the tag, so we're just going to be running straight to the hook and going straight for the unhook and that trade. Now, is Bravo going to just be hooking this straight away? Yeah, little Bravo just going to be hooked this straight away. That's eruption on the generator in main. So, I like a good eruption, good kick generator, and it goes exploding when someone goes down. But now we can just commit to this chase onto our, tunnel out survivor who does have Shaq to work with, and they did have a fantastic first chase, so maybe they can pull it off a second time with their second chase. Bravo's just going to be dropping that, breaking that pallet instantly and just continuing on with this chase with Mio. And Mio's just doing a fantastic job, just holding W, using all the tiles to their greatest advantage, just missing that dash onto Mio there, and just Bravo just going to be doesn't want any of this pallet anymore. Just got to be breaking that and just pushing back towards this 6 area. We do have a pallet over towards 7. Can we even make it there? We have the dashes. Like you said, he's got eggs, so the second dash we can just hold it for a little bit longer, but we're not going to be using it. We're just going to allow that to regen once again. So we have the 2 dashes in our back pocket. Now with the 2 dashes on top, we do have Daishao coming in for a body hit. We do have that body hit, and the body hit comes through. We do hit Mio as well, just does give Mio a little bit of a speed boost up towards that top side of the map, but they are now in the dim wound status effect. But they do have a tile over towards 3. We know this pallet over here didn't get dropped as, Hunley got hit in it, and unfortunately that dash is coming through onto Bravo. Fantastic job, and just manages to catch up to Mio there and get the down finally.
No, that was a pretty good second chase for Mio there. It was very well played. It's exactly what these survivors need, but we do see another gen pop over at our 10 side, and it looks like our 3 gen has shifted towards the bottom side of the map, so that's why Mio is pathing to pop there. But Bravo, just kind of try and see if you can find anyone stealthing out here, trying to get this unhook. We do see the spray happening. I don't know what else you call it. I mean, I know the word, but I just can't think of it right now. But we see the spray coming through over towards main, and we see a double on the Shack gen as well. So this is massive. Lil Bravo, I think, just really wants to commit to getting this tunnel out onto there, just making it a bit easier to get those extra downs and stages. He does need 11 stages, so currently he's sitting on 3. So ideally, I think you need to start going for these fresh hooks if you want to make that win con. And we see the pull coming through into Mio, and this gen has a lot of progress as well. As we do find, I think this might be Daishao. Yes, this is Daishao at the Shack. And we're going to be vaulting this, but no bamboozles, so we can make the window one more time. But no, we are faking the window and making Bravo vault. That was crazy, and especially with being hindered as well. Gosh, I don't know how you can pull that off, but we're going to be continuing this chase onto Daishao. I do like this decision. You want to try and get these fresh hooks. You need those fresh hooks for that win con. And not a lot of resources for Daishao to work with here, but just going to be going down. Corruption does proc in the background. on the Shack gen, but we do have Soloists completing a gen over at 7. So we do have a nice little gen split here for the survivors to work with. We have Shack that already has a lot of progress, and we have our top side generators as well. Or actually, we have one at 1 and the other one at like 3 or something like that. But
Just
it is
didn't
doable for
hit
these
Shaq.
survivors. Bravo just going to
Is
be
that a pain whiz?
checking base.
Sorry to interrupt you.
Yeah.
Did it hit
No,
Shaq,
I think
or am I tripping?
yeah, no, it did. I think it did. It was already regressing before, I believe, unless one has a bit of progress, but I'm not too sure.
Right. Sorry. Continue, please.
Oh no, you go,
No,
Queen.
alrighty. Righty. Taking the checks onto Hanley here. Nice little two clap. Bravo, fantastic job here. Getting that down onto Hanley instantly. I think he must be very happy with that one. He's kind of, doing the little squiggly diggly. I think they're over here, maybe talking to his teammates in the group chat. This generator's got about a 50% progress, almost. So we're going to apply a little bit more eruption onto that one, and like you said, they've got a decent gen split. They've got the 1 and 6, and as Mastermind does have a lot of mobility, but obviously it's not like a nurse or a ghoul or anything like that. We can't instantly get to the other side of the map, and we do find is this soloist here, or it's actually Mio. So this is one of our death hook survivors. So if we get a 2-tap clap onto Mio as well, this is fantastic for Bravo, and we can possibly bring this back. But we do see it down the bottom side of the map, the double coming through. We get this down. It is W's, but we're playing for a 10-stage result, or it was a 9-stage result for the win. So we're not really looking for the 4K one. So I think we could have possibly just maybe try and find Soloist there and get the W. They're actually three-manning, they're tripling the gen. They want to win this so badly. Then as I say that, they pop the generator. So we're currently sitting at 6 stages right now, 3 fresh. So Lord Bravo has to get this down onto Soloist as fast as possible, and then try and find, I think he has to try and find another hook as well, and maybe just camp this one out. So, and we've got nothing over, we've gone edge map, and we just have to try and live our lives. Maybe someone can come in, maybe Hunley coming in for a down, but we do dodge the dashes. Hopefully Hunley can come in, take that down for Soloist, and Soloist can just get out of there. Maybe we'll get a fresh hook out the door, but I don't think it's going to be happening anytime soon, as we don't really have anything to work with. We're just edge map right now, just trying to play our lives for as long as possible. And yeah, that's going to be the down onto Soloist.
Yeah, no, it's a good down for Bravo there, but I don't believe that is enough. If we camp Soloist out to death here, that would be just 9 stages. Wait, am I counting right? Yeah, it is just 9 stages. So they do get the outs, but just barely. But that's crazy. Crazy work from our survivor side here. So that's very well played from Nameless there, taking that win. I just want to confirm that is definitely the win for Nameless. It is, okay. I'm not crazy. I thought I was doing my math
Right.
wung in my
You and
head,
me
but
just counting,
yeah, I know.
not
I'm just,
working.
like, counting the stages. I'm like, "Wait, is that
1,
10
2,
or
3,
9?"
4.
I don't know. I can't count. I don't do math. I didn't do good in maths in high school. Okay, leave me alone. Anyway, but that is gonna be the win for Nameless there. So that was really, really close, Fizz. Honestly, really well played by both sides there. Both killers did super well. I think if Bravo just dropped the chase, or just, drop the chase and tunnel out onto, I can't remember who the tunnel out was, whoever it was a bit earlier, and just went for the freshers a bit earlier, maybe he could have gotten a bit closer, but, it was very, very close regardless. But anyways, 1 stage difference, we'll take that. But yes, Nameless do take the win on the first set. It was their pick, so still, that was so close. We are gonna be taking a short intermission while we get the next game set up for you guys. It is gonna be Lich on the Dead Dog Saloon, and we're gonna be seeing, I believe it is, Bravo who is playing again. So we'll be right back, guys. We won't be very long, but, yeah, we're just gonna get this next game set up for you guys.
Welcome back, gamers, to... Oh my god, Maya, I just lost. Who are we watching?
It's Nameless versus Evolution.
That's what I was about
Lock
to say.
in,
No,
twin.
I was
Oh
about to
my
say Diamond Dogs
god.
versus Chinese Dragons, but I was like, we've watched that. We've been there. It's Evolution versus Nameless Kids. I'm so sorry. I might have fallen asleep at the wheel there. Sorry, it's getting a little bit late. But yes, we are watching Evolution versus Nameless King. Set 2, which is Lich on the Dead Dog Saloon, which is Evolution's pick. Now, Nameless Kid did take the W on the Mastermind set with, a 1-stage difference. So Evolution were fighting for the win there, but unfortunately, Nameless King would Nameless King just came in clutch and took that W. Getting all the survivors out the gates a little bit more than what Evolution did. But regardless, going on to the Lich on the Dead Dogs Saloon. Classic map, you got your classic main building and the classic 8 area where it's always full of generators. A little Bravo on the killer once again. Nice little build here with Eruption, Pain Res, Corrupt, and Ruin. Using this sphere to try and find any survivors with the killer instinct. Unfortunately, it didn't really catch anyone there. Just looking around this area because we do know the survivors generally spawn in the same area inside that corrupt area, so we're just trying to find these survivors. Switching around, maybe you're gonna throw another orb. We do hear that main building generator cranking up there. We see Huntley running towards this backside of main over towards 9. We don't have the best pallet to work with, but I think Huntley just wants to low-key leave this pallet anyway, try and make it towards a more safer pallet, which they do. They make it towards this pallet. Deeper into the A, we're going to be throwing skulls, but you can just duck over these skulls. I thought Little Bravo was going to go for a little bit of a hit there. We do. We get the swing. We get the hit onto Hanley. Hanley taking the hit. Going to be going towards main. We don't really have skulls to work with. I mean, not main. Shack. We're going to go towards Shack. Dropping that Shack pallet instantly. Don't have the skulls just yet, but we do have our ability to fly and instantly catch up to Hanley. But Hanley's doing a fantastic job just running to the resources that they have to use. We are using the tile over towards 4. Just vaulting that window instantly, maybe a little bit of a life coming through. Just going straight to the water tower pallet over towards 5. We have the little hand of justice come through to pick up that pallet. So now it's usable once again. I think Harley can just make it back around and drop that pallet again instantly. Now it's just a game of 50-50, and we're just vaulting straight back into the killer, unfortunately. There's going to be the down onto Harley in the first hook of the game. We do have a juicy little pain res right here in this 4 tile for Little Bravo to use. Button generator over towards 8 has been completed.
Yeah, no, that was a good start for Bravo here, getting that down. But unfortunately, the pain res couldn't hit the gen. I think that hit the main generator instead. So Bravo just going to be checking over here to see if he can find whoever was doing that gen. We do find Mio running into Bravo's arms here. As we do see the main gen is close to popping as well, as Bravo's just going to be committing to this down onto Mio. We do have a few resources to work with, but we do have our power to hold the pallet up. But we do path our way to this next pallet. But very nice use of the skull emojis there. Able to get the down onto Mio and just fly straight back to hook just in time for the unhook to be happening, as we see Soloist coming in to save Hanley here, as Bravo going to be committing to this chase onto Hanley here. Kind of want to start making your way towards kind of the 8 side area of the map, I think. Yes. No? Oh, it's actually not too bad. It doesn't really matter. If we can make it to main building, that'd be good, but no, we just get down with the skulls onto Hanley. We couldn't quite make main building. That's the thing with Lich on this map, is if you angle the skulls in a certain direction or certain, I don't know, like height from the stairs, you can kind of just hit them. It's really hard, a lot harder to dodge them. It's normally you just crouch beneath them, but we do get that hook onto Hanley. Very unfortunate going down there, and we see Deishao running around and about. No pallet here to work with, so it is just going to result into an M1 and Bravo. Probably going to commit to this one. We don't have Shack pallet to work with, but Deishao able to dodge those skulls, so very well played. As you see the unhook coming through, I think he could have probably let Hanley cook a little bit more. Maybe they thought the down was going to happen onto Deishao, but we are going to continue this last chase onto Hanley here. Hanley just needs to play for their absolute life here. It's honestly fine if they just chase around this. And we see the Gallows Gen is working as well. And a nice head-on and cracker coming through from Mio, I think that was. So it's going to buy a bit more time for this Gallows Gen to be done, but Bravo doesn't want anything to do with this Gallows Gen. They just want Hanley out of the game, as Hanley has made their way all the way back to the water tower. And with the Lithe as well, I don't know if we make it. We just get caught off by the skulls, and that's going to be a down. That is so unfortunate, but a death at 3 gens for Bravo. That is a very good spot for him to be in.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of fantastic. I love the way he's low-key just dropping the skull emojis on their foreheads as well when they're running through the palace. I think he's got a very good knowledge of this killer and, how to place the skulls and where to place the skulls, especially with that elevation, like you said, towards main. If the survivor's up a little bit more on a height, if you just shoot those skulls down lower elevation, you're not going to be able to duck them. You're going to get hit, or you have to weave rather than just duck underneath them. So very good mechanics there from Bravo, and very good map knowledge here, knowing someone's definitely going to be working on this generator over towards 1, and we are committing to this chase onto Soloist, using the hand of justice to pick up that pallet and result a tag onto Soloist. Just going to be turning around, checking the generator, make sure no one has wrapped over there. We do have Ruin to regress the generators, and yeah, no one's working on them. We are going to send the spear over towards 5 to see if we can find any killer instincts, and yeah, we do. We find Mio over here trying to hide in the bushes, but it's not happening, my friend, as we have been found with the sphere. And back over towards this water tower pallet, and unfortunately again just the skulls landing on their heads, just not quite able to duck those in time. Just might be a little bit of a ping issue, with the skulls coming out, but regardless, Bravo's doing a fantastic job of just using his powers to his best ability. And I think it was a play around this like 2-3 shop area and that generator over towards 5, and doesn't really care towards that bottom side of the map, as this generator over towards 1 is absolutely pumping. We do find Soloist here once again trying to stealth for this generator, but unfortunately he doesn't really have much more to work with. This could result in another down. He doesn't have a pallet. He does have a pallet, but Bravo has the hand of justice to kind of pull that away, and we've only got this shitty little pallet, but Soloist winning that 50-50 can go straight back to that pallet, because it's been picked up, but we're dropping the pallet, and unfortunately Bravo once again just throwing those skulls onto the foreheads, and we see the generator pop in the background, so we know that no one's running for that unhook just yet, and they committed to the 4K1 result rather than going for that unhook. But I think Daishao might have just stealthed this out. Maybe Lil Brother can kind of sniff him out, but Daishao has already crossed the map and gone to the unhook, and it's going to be the unhook coming through right now. That is actually insane. Lil Bravo thinking he's stealthing towards this, towards that 9 side of the map, but it's actually crossed the map and already gone for that unhook. So insane play there from Daishao.
Yeah, I think well, Daisha is a sprint burst player as well, so I think they just kind of held W as soon as they got that gen done, and Bravo was just not expecting it, I think. But they just zoomed across, which is honestly insane. They get the gen done and they get Mayo off, just kind of saving them just barely from potentially being a 4K1. I mean, it is still very much 4K1 territory at the moment, just with how rocky it's kind of been, and how like Bravo has just been playing this insane as well. Like he's just hitting all of these skull hits as well. I mean, I guess like the ping would probably come into it a little bit. I'd imagine it'd be a lot harder to dodge those skulls with being on ping, but the way he has been placing them as well just kind of gives them no option to really dodge it. Like just now, like how do you even dodge that when you're like mid-volt animation? Like he just times them so well that it just makes it even more harder for them to dodge. So very nicely played from Bravo this entire set, just utilizing his abilities on the Lich, and that's exactly why this is their pick too. Like he's very confident on this killer, so very well played. We do find both of our survivors here, so this is definitely looking like a 4K1 coming through Fizz, which is honestly, that's a very impressive result on the Lich. Generally, the Lich will only get about, the standard 6 or 7 stages. But 4K1 is very, very impressive. So we do find Soloists here just going to be playing for their life here while Mio is wrapping for the pickup onto Taishao. And we get a nice stun as well. Soloists doing a really good job of just avoiding these downs, as these guys are just scraping through. They are fighting. They just really want to keep going, and they're just coming back from so many hard places as well, as Soloist is just doing an amazing job of staying alive here, and Bravo flying to the window, just blocking him from vaulting. But very well played, well use of the mechanics of this killer. So unfortunately Solo is going to be going down here, but this does allow for Daishao and Mio to reset in the background. So this is a very good recovery for the side of Nameless.
But in the meantime, while they did that reset, all the generators are regressing with Ruin. So at the same time, it kind of helps Bravo as well as the survivor. So it's like 50-50 here. And we do know where Mia is, as we saw them with the sphere. And we're also already on Daishao, so this is going to result in a tag any second now. We did drop the skulls, but we're able to just duck them. But there's nothing over here. We're just at this little shack and this little tile. But regardless, it's going to be a tag anyway, straight onto Daishao. We do see the unhook come through onto Soloist. I think Lil Bravo just wants this hook here. This is a fresh hook. It is one of our pain reses. And I think Mia is mirrors the other pain res as well. So we do have 2 pain reses left on the board. So we've got a lot of regression left, you know, in this 3v1. So it's making it a lot harder for these survivors to even touch the generators, even get some progress going. We are cutting off Mirror here from going into main. Very well played here from Bravo, and just kind of pushing this survivor into the generators. It's kind of where Bravo wants the chasers to keep being. They've got realistically, they've got not much resources left on that, you know, that 1 to 5 side of the map. Unless he keeps picking up the pallets, and I think we're trying to find Soloist here, but Soloist has done a fantastic job of just stealthing him out, not, you know, not letting him find him. But as I say, we find Mio trying to run into main, just doing a little chase over here at the top of main. Fantastic job of not given that tag just yet, but we only have the canna pallet over here. We're just picking that up straight away and just going to try and get a little bit of a tag. And unfortunately, it's not coming through. Mio playing that perfectly, just throwing it straight onto Bravo's head, and Bravo has to leave this chase because he's paranoid about these generators. He wants to confirm this 4K1, but these survivors are also fighting for that 4K0 as well, or even some outs at this point as well. We do find you know, the killer instinct on that survivor over towards 5, but he's not committing to it. I want to question that one because, you know, we're looking for oh no, we actually find Solos, which is even better because they're a death hook survivor. So we get this down really fast, and that's insane for Bravo, and that's exactly what happens. We get the down pretty fast, but you know, they're more than likely is going to be doubling that generator towards 5, because we did spend a lot of time on Mio at main, which means Daishao has been working on that gen for a little bit, so we could have that generator popping any second now. But there's that pain res. Oh my god, it was Soloist that was the other pain res.
Yeah, I thought that it was Daishao and Mio, which was the other pain res, so that's really, really good for Bravo. And they still haven't cleansed this ruin as well, and it is in a pretty standard spawn point as well, so that's just going to be eating away at these gens too, and a 2v1 is going to make it really hard. So we saw a little bit of an aura, or a bit of a killer instinct on someone with our sphere here, as we find, I think this is Mio here. Oh no, sorry, it is Daishao. It is injured, so they're probably going to be going down very, very shortly. Unless they do make this window. Bravo's got the skull emojis ready. He wants to try and catch Daishao here, and Daishao just has to play for their life here, while maybe Mio just works on that gen at 5. So use our power to pick up the pallet, but I don't think they're going to make it back one more time, as we're going to get that hit through the pallet, and dare say we're just going to be slugging this and looking for Mio, and there they are, we find, with the sphere. Very well played from Bravo here. Again, as I said before, just being able to use the mechanics of the killer very well. And getting a 4K1 is a very, very good result, especially on this killer in this balancing. So, and also well played to these survivors as well. You know, they really fought for it. And there was a lot of times where it was looking like a 4K1 earlier. I mean, it is a 4K1, but they kind of really tried to recover from these really bad positions. So we're going to be commencing our last chase here onto Mio here, doing really good. Oh, we're in the locker. But that is going to result in the down in 4K1 for Bravo, so it's a very good result. Unless we can't find Daishao here, and that's just going to be a fresh bleed up, but I don't think they've moved a muscle, so they are just staying in that pallet. Bravo thinks they have crawled away somewhere, but we're just going to look. They haven't moved. Bravo, just go back to the carriage pallet. They're still there, I promise.
Just put the carriage pallet in the bag. I mean, yeah, no.
Sorry.
Sorry.
I'm sorry.
No, you're absolutely fine. We're just kind of looking for this last survivor here, but no, that is the confirmed 4K1 for Bravo, which means we will be seeing Nameless King take up the killer mantle and try and match that or beat that. So we're going to take a short intermission and set that game up for you, and we'll be back very soon.
All right, welcome back everyone to Nameless King versus Evolution. We just saw Bravo take away an incredible result on the Lich with a 4K1, and he played absolutely insane. Using all of his powers to his best ability, and you just tell that he was very, very well versed on the Lich. So now we're going to be swapping over and seeing if I didn't quite see who was playing killer for Nameless King. I believe it would be Mo or someone else. Trying to achieve a 4K2, which is very tough on a killer that generally doesn't really you don't really see getting it 4Ks. It's generally he's a pretty low stage killer. Um so it's gonna be tough for Mo, but it's Mo. Mo knows, and he might know something that we don't, Fizz. You know what I mean? But we are gonna be. Whoa, we have a wacky build. Look at this. Oh, I like this build. We have the all shaking thunder, which is in a very interesting perk that I just found out about, and I'm sure you did too, Fizz, in the last week in our scrims against Smunk, discovering that it is a absolutely insane perk. You basically just get coup if you fall off a high spot, and you can just hear it across the map, and it's absolutely hilarious. And it gave so much value to Swank earlier tonight on the Dread. So I'm excited to see how Mo can use it. And a very nice dodge from Mike here on the skulls, but just running back into Mo's arms here and going to be making our way towards this 8 side of the map. And we are running Gift of Pain and Ruin as well, and Pain Res. So pretty standard perks for Mo. He was running Gift of Pain in the last game on Mastermind, so it's
Oh my god.
probably a bit of a comfort perk for him. But Mike is doing absolutely crazy right now, just dodging Mo out here and making our way back to the pallet. And does make this filler over here as well. He's going absolutely crazy and dodging the skulls as well and ducking below them. So sorry, Viz.
No,
Oh.
perfectly fine. It happens. You get the giggles a bit sometimes, especially when you get a player's name wrong and called remove. But regardless, that is the first down. We just see a generator pop in the background, and do you see here this gen at 7 absolutely cranking away? And we find the survivor that was working on that generator too. This could result in a very fast tag, but we do have a pallet over towards 4 to work with. Just not quite dropping that GC. Just going to be holding W, but this W might have backflashed just a little bit. We vault straight into Mo's arms. That is very unfortunate. Mo choosing just to commit to this chase, not going back for the tunnel. No, I lied. We are going back for the tunnel and just shooting a sphere down towards that top side of the map. And we find Anger here running at the killer. We don't have a pallet. No, we do have a pallet here to work with because we did pick it up. I always get really confused when he picks it up or if he breaks it. I just can never remember. But he picked up that pallet, so we do have that pallet to work with. A nice little hand of justice block there from that pallet. And we're just going to be committing to this chase onto Anger. Anger has only this tiny little filler pallet over to work with. We're actually just going to break away instantly as there is a little bit of a cooldown on the fly. So, we're able to make it to this top side freaking vault as well, but Anger's doing a fantastic job of just kind of parking away.
Oh, shaking thunder!
Sorry, the shaking thunder coming through, allowing Mo to get that extra lunge distance and get the down onto Anger. We do have a little bit of a 3-gen in this bot side 8 area as per usual that we can work around as well. I think we're looking for a little bit of pain here, so we do have one at the front of main, and don't really look like we're really wiggling here either. So that's going to be the pain res onto Anger coming through. We have this generator over towards 5 we can work with as well. We do see a bit of killer instincts over here. Someone trying to hide towards 5, pre-dropping that pallet at 5 as well. We don't really want to give away any tags. Faking the hand of justice, just going to be committing to this, vaulting the little shack window thing. Hopefully we don't vault back into their arms again, but unfortunately just getting caught out here. Bravo taking that slap in the face. We're going to be using our fly spell to catch up to Bravo. Bravo doesn't have much more to work with over here. We do have a little bit of almost Ormental over here, but we can duck that, vault the window. Fantastic job from Bravo. Even though we did give it here, we're using that here and just making distance with it. Doing a fantastic job, not giving away a down. Just holding W to this top side of the map where the generators have been completed. We don't want to be going down in, the 3-gen that Mo does have, but Murray doesn't seem to really want to commit to that 3-gen over towards here. We want to commit towards a little bit of a pain res, pain res tunnel here. As we've already lost Ruin, I only just noticed this, man. Ruin has already been cleansed. Like, when did that happen?
Oh, I think it happened early in the game, if I'm so honest, but I don't know. But it doesn't. It's fine. I mean, these guys are dying away from these gens because all these gens are down the bot side of the map. We do have main and another gen in mid as well, but I mean, these are the gens that Mo has to be a bit more concerned about, as this is where they are working. As we see this 3rd gen pop from Aang, going to be trying to make it to this pallet, and we still have Shack Pallet too to work with. And going to be picking up this pallet, and now it's going to be a down onto Aang. So very quick down for Mo here, but these survivors do just need to pop 2 more gens and wait, 2 more gens to get the win. So we do get a basement hook here, so that's gonna.
Did you hear that?
Oh, shaking thunder from the basement.
Activated.
We are so back. But Mo does get a nice basement hook onto Aang here. And just going to try and pressure these gens. We don't have Ruin to kind of use to get that free regression, but we do have the Gift of Pain that does apply a bit of a penalty to these survivors to when they are jumping on these gens. And I assume Mo just kind of wants to hold this area and see if he can catch anyone. As we do find Halo here, just pre-dropping that pallet and trying to avoid a tag here, but with these skulls, oh, he does dodge the skulls. That's very well played from Halo here. We still have Shack Pallet as well. No one's just dropping that Shack Pallet, but very well played. It'll come in handy definitely a lot later. So we do see Halo is trying to pressure this unhook onto Aang. And I can only assume these other survivors are just cranking these gens. I just need to get 2 more done. And going to be playing this pallet, but Halo is going to be getting tagged for it. And now Mo, I dare say, we'll probably just try and confirm death onto Aang here, and he can go straight to that gen at 3. Maybe we can hit a skull across the map. That would be crazy if he hit that. Just going to be using our SB to safely pre-lead this. This gen has a lot of progress. It's almost 99. And I think Mo just needs to get these pain reses happening because we have 2 very high progress gens. We see Bravo is working on 1 over at 5, and we have that mid gen with a lot of progress as well. So we're going to make our way over to Water Tower onto Bravo here. Doesn't have much to work with, just going to have to play the 50-50. We do make the vault and we win the 50 with life as well. And we're going to be breaking away and dodging the skulls as well. Bravo just playing out of his mind tonight. Oh my god, and we win the 52 on the window, but unfortunately vaulting back in, and that's going to be blocked. But I don't know if we make this mid-filler pal, we're going to go for the swing. Imagine if he had all Shaking Thunder, but he doesn't even need it. He just gets it anyway. We do get the down, but that 4th gen does pop, so we now are currently sitting on Tycon, and these guys just need to pop 1 more gen for that win. As we see Mike lurking around for potentially a pallet save here. Does dodge the skulls and using SB, but unfortunately the wall just absolutely destroying him there. And Mo does get a tag onto Mike, and now we're just going to take this pick and take our hook in this mid area. I believe that gen on that... Well, I was going to say the gen on that balcony at 7 did have a bit of progress before, but no, I lied. We have Gallows being worked on by Halo here, and a very quick unhook happening onto Bravo here. And Mo just going to be committing to Halo here. I think he just wants this pain res and fresh hook, but to get that little bit more regression, maybe hooking that same hook, that gen... Oh, not that gen. That mid hook is kind of juicy in front of main. He can just kind of sit here and just push them off of that gen on Gallows, which has the most progress at the moment. As we... Ooh, is that a reset? Just under the hook there? Oh my gosh. They barely just get away with that. And we see Bravo, who is our death hook survivor, but Mo doesn't really want to have anything to do with it. He needs to make sure that this last gen does not pop. He's going to pressure Mike over at 5 here off of this gen, as we see a very, very early unhook coming through onto Halo here, I'm sorry. But we get a tag onto Bravo, and I dare say Mo not actually going to be committing to this. I feel like he might have, if he could have tried to get a skull down or something onto Bravo there, or try and get a quick down, get that 2v1 happening. But no, we're just going to be going to our gen instead. We do not want this last gen to pop. Mo is playing super aggro right now, and it is definitely working, but it's very, very close, Fizz. I'm not gonna lie. We do have our Janet water tower that has a lot of progress, and I think the balcony one does as well. We haven't used a lot of our All Shaking Thunder too. I'm quite sad to see that hasn't been used very often. I think we've only seen him use it like twice, but to be fair, they haven't really been chasing main that much. So I think main and gallows and basement is the only time you can
Oh,
use it. But we see the pain res pops on this Janet gallows, and we see both of our survivors here. This is not. Ooh, this is spelling some troubles for our survivor side, Fizz.
yeah, absolutely. I mean, we've got the death here on little Bravo with the
Oh,
old shaking
shaking
thunder coming through off of the
thunder!
gallows. We're able to get that little bit of a coup hit and confirm that down onto Bravo and just go straight back to the hook as well. She's going to be throwing some skulls. Not quite getting the tag, unfortunately. You know, the BT will still be on Mike, but we don't really care about Mike right now. We don't really want to chase someone that's got BT. We want Halo. We want to commit to this chase onto Halo. We do pick up the Shack pallet once again with that Hand of Justice. We do have another pallet here that Halo can safely drop and play around, but we're actually just going to drop that chase and just confirm the death onto Bravo. Actually, no, I lied. We got the pickup onto Bravo, and now Bravo has a little pallet over towards at 11 to work around, and just dropping skulls on his face. Oh, that is so unfortunate. Mo doesn't want this generator to be popped, but these survivors are fighting for their lives. They have to get away from this area for something to even happen, but with this slug on the ground, it just makes it so hard. It's basically just a 2v1, you know, and they've got these resources that Mo keeps picking up. We are running towards another active generator as well, and Mo sees that happening, and we're just flying straight to Mike, and Mike's going to be more than likely eating the dirt any second here, so we don't really have this water tower pallet to work with, and we're just going to be holding W to the edge of the map, just try and die as far away. A little bit of all shaking thunder coming through there with that extended larger. We're just going to be picking up getting Mike out of the game, as Mike is also a Death Hook survivor. We do get that pick up onto Bravo, but what are you to do in this situation as these last two survivors? You know, we're both injured. Do we have the time to reset? I don't even think they have the time to reset. But they also don't even have the time to get on the gen, so they have to somehow stealth and try and get a reset, or somehow stealth and get a 50-50 split, but we've already been spotted by this sphere. So Mo knows exactly where Bravo is, and Bravo's going to be taking more than likely his last chase here, and oof, we just get a disgusting hit over the top of that pallet, and Halo's going to try and commit to this last generator, but that looks like that Gift of Pain is really coming in clutch here, you know, just regressing these survivors a little bit, unfortunately, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you could argue that the Gift of Pain would have made, you know, a difference if they weren't affected by the penalty. Maybe they could have got a bit more progress, or maybe they could have popped that last gen, but who knows. But we get the down onto Hale here. Very nice hit there through the wall. And that's going to be a 4K1, so that means it's going to be a tie for the set, which means that Nameless is still up 1-0. And that means we'll be moving on to our tiebreaker set of Doctor. So I'm very excited to see a Doctor set. Mo played this extremely well. I mean, it was looking a little bit dire for him at the start, but just the way he was playing, super aggressive and just catching him off guard, it really turned around in his favor. So very well played to Mo there, getting that 4K1. Very unfortunate for our survivor side, but we are going to be taking a short intermission while we get the Doctor set up for you all. So we'll be back.
Hello, gamers, and welcome back to Evolution versus Nameless King. So far, it is a 1-0 with Nameless
No.
King taking. No, that's right. They just tied. Oh my god, where am I? They just tied that last set. Sorry, I'm still in the Chinese Dragons and Diamond Dogs set. They just tied. They just tied that the Diamond Dogs. Oh, see, man, you should have just done this. Anyway, we just watched the Lich set. They did tie. Fantastic results from both the teams. Now we're on the Doctor tiebreaker. There we go. Finally got it out. So sorry, everybody. You can flame me all you want. I'll take it. I deserve it. It's fine. But yes, Doctor on Cold Tower 2. Now, I do like a good Doctor set. It's very I want to say it's more team based, because, you know, it's an M1 killer basically. You know, he does have the shocks, but you usually see a lot of you know, a lot of hit takes and a lot of like head-ons and stuff like that. It's very different to those killers that have like 10,000 abilities. It's just your basic M1 can we chase? Can we make this chase last as long as possible? So it's very like 1v1 standard with the hit takes involved. You know what I mean? But anyway, we've got this first chase coming onto Mike here. Mike's getting a little bit of a shock to his system, and we don't have the best pallet here in the world, but we're just going to be holding W around it. Fantastic job. We don't really want to be sitting in the pallet because once you're shocked, you can't really do anything with that. But we're just going to be holding W around that field of pallet, just waste as much time as possible, taking that hit, going straight to main. Mo doesn't really want to take chase at main. He wants to go push these people off the generator, get that ruin absolutely pumping. And we do have rapid brutality as well, so that does allow us to have a little bit more speed to catch up to the survivors after we get that hit as well. But it also stops us from gaining any bloodlust. But if you're using the shocks as a doctor, you don't really gain bloodlust anyway. So we got Bravo here in the chase now as well, doing a fantastic job, just winning the 50-50s on the window, and we get that pre-drop on the pallet. We're dropping it on the... I thought we dropped that on the side. We didn't drop it. Dropping that at the perfect timing. And we make this fast vault as well. The window is now blocked. Bravo, fantastic job here. And then we can just keep on running, playing around this tile. We do have this pallet drop, so we can just hold W around it. Mo choosing to actually break that pallet, and that's just going to spell Bravo just holding W away. And just taking, you know, kicking these survivors off the generator. Anger already leaving away, running towards that shack side. We don't really want to be giving away anything for free. We already had the reset come through onto Mike as well. So these guys are doing a fantastic job of just giving this killer absolutely nothing. Because once you give M1 killers a little bit of something, that's when it kind of, you know, falls into their hands. But these survivors are doing a fantastic job of making this, you know, first chase, first down come through very, very late in the game.
No, these guys are doing really, really well so far. They're avoiding these hits, and their chases are doing amazing as well. I gotta say, Bravo is absolutely on fire tonight. MVP of this game. He is absolutely going crazy. Just these chases have been insane, and he's killer as well. So Bravo doing a really good job at just, you know, keeping this game going. We see... Oh, I thought someone was coming in for a hit take there. We do kind of want to stay at the side of the map because a lot of gens have been worked on at the bottom. We do still have a pallet here to work with as well. And ooh, Bravo just kind of getting... Ooh, just kind of faking out a little bit with the shock. And we do make the pallet too to pre-drop. We see the first gen pop in the background. And Bravo does make it back to this pallet. And unfortunately, we don't make the pallet drop in time, but we see someone coming in for a pallet save, or maybe a firecracker save, maybe. Are we not in the pallet enough for the save? That would have been awesome if we had gotten that off, but it doesn't really matter. It's fine. It's worth a try anyway. If you see someone die in a pallet and you're close by, you may as well try and go for it. We get 2 gens done in the background too, so that is a very good start for the side of Evolution here. As we see those gens pop at the bot side of the map, so once this guy comes off the hook, we see another gen almost popping as well. So that is actually massive for these guys. When Bravo does come off that hook, ideally we want to see Bravo go to the other side of the map, and all chases should be going down that side because we do still have like a 3 gen here. We have main, we have 9, and we also have one at 11 as well. And we do have our Rowan Totem sitting in main building as well, as we see Halo trying to pressure this gen on the main building. And Mo just going to try and push them off here. We're going to be committing for a tag here and potentially another down. But we see the other gen pop in the background. But Mo does have his rapid brutality and is just going to try and catch up to Halo here. Maybe try and get it down. We don't really have a lot of resources here as they were used previously. Still have this mid pallet to kind of work with. And we see this is where the teamwork is coming in. We see Aang coming in to take a hit. But this does give Mo the rapid brutality back. So this allows him to catch up to Aang, which is who he wants to commit to now, as this is in where all of his active generators are now. As we see, Aang does make this pallet outside of main, and we are able to safely pre-drop that. Going back into main building, but I don't think there's much else we can really work with here unless there's a head-on coming through or maybe another hit take just to get them out of here. Gotta be using a shock to stop this pallet from dropping it. Oh, Halo just not being able to get there in time to take the body block. Maybe we can go for another pallet save. That'd be absolutely crazy. Maybe someone is lurking around. That'd be insane. But we do have our kind of global shock. I don't know what else you call it, just to see who's around. We're going to be getting that pick. And yeah, we don't get the pallet save though. I'm going to be taking this hook dead in our 3 gen here. This is actually a really good hook for Mo because it is in this 3 gen for 1 and for 2. It's right next to his Ruined Totem as well, so he doesn't really have to worry about anyone trying to pressure that at the moment. But Mo can kind of just sit here if he wants, or he can try and do what Mo normally does and just kind of try and play super hyper aggressive and find someone else. But I think with Doctor, it's a little bit hard. Um, you got to kind of hold down the ground and just it's generally a very low stage result killer as well. Doctor, he's just an M1 killer. Like you're not
Homeless.
expected to see kind of
Ruthless.
4Ks on Doctor. Wait, what did you say?
Killer. Like, the Doctor. Doesn't really have anything for him to go. He's just...
Yeah, he's
He,
homeless.
yeah, he has a shock, but, you know, you can just hold W, because, like you said, he's an M1 killer. He doesn't have any fancy powers to get him across the map. So it's a very, relatively, like you said, low stages. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, you can interrupt me all you like. But Mo is just going to camp this out to second stage here.
I mean,
I
oh,
don't.
sorry, it's in a really good spot too. He's got his ruin
Yeah.
there and a 3-gen as well. So this is a fantastic camp spot. We are pushing the survivors off the generators and off that ruin totem too. So, and stopping Halo from coming in, for that unhook. And we actually see all 3 survivors. Someone's working main, Halo's pressuring the unhook, and we see someone on that generator over towards like 9, 10, 11. But anyway, I think most happy to kind of just camp this out, as we can just keep on shocking and not have to really worry about these survivors coming in for the unhook, and we can just confirm this death onto Angar here. So
Yeah, no, that's exactly what Mo's going to do. And we do see someone working on this main generator here, and Halo got to be trying to go for this trade onto Angar here. I'm so sorry, I've just realized that I've just been corrected. I've been pronouncing their name wrong this entire time, so I do apologize. We do get the unhook onto Angar here. And Angar, I assume, just going to be bolting towards the bottom side of the map and try and get reset. But Mo, probably going to be trying to look for them here as we do our global shock and we do see them in the distance. But Mo doesn't really want to, I mean, Mo can probably just go for them later if he wants that tunnel out, but I think he's a bit more concerned about this, this side of the map that he really wants to hold down. I mean, he got a lot of value after that hook stage for Angar there. Like, he got second stage and a lot of regression with that ruin as well. So we get a nice little tag onto Bravo here, and we're just going to be making our way back. This ruin spot is absolutely crazy for him too. It is doing him absolute wonders because he's just able to shock them off the gen and let the ruin just eat at the gen progress. So we're going to be trying to find this reset here. Maybe even find Angar here, who is our tunnel out, so that'd be huge if he finds that. But oh, he's going to get found with this global shock. No, he's going to get found, but we do still have Shack Pilot to work with, and I think someone is nearby too. I believe it was Blue Bravo as well. Oh yeah, it was Bravo. I was going to say someone might be able to come in for a hit take, but I don't think there's much else Angar can really do here. Oh my gosh, the animation started for the grab, but it cancelled. It is crazy. Oh my god. This just gives Angar a little bit more time to just play for their absolute life. They're a nice little fake coming through. We see the ruin clones in the background too, so that is crazy. This is going to really help the survivor side in this 3v1, and Angar just going to be holding W around this shack and going to be going down. Honestly, that was very, very well played for our survivors. Just being able to kind of get Angar out of that disgusting 3-gen and get the ruin cleanse, and now they can just tackle this 3v1 with this gen split. But I doubt that there will be a lot of gen progress just because of ruin.
That refund on the window actually might have cost Mo that juicy little 3-gen that he has. It definitely cost him the... I mean, they might have gotten the ruin cleanse, but it definitely made that chase last... Definitely made that chase last a lot longer. Unfortunately, little Bravo just vaulted into his like, oh, cheeky little vault there from you, Mo. But no, that was a little spicy. That's where the ping comes through. Oh, and we find another survivor here too. Get a nice little tag onto Mike. Are we going to be committing to this chase? Because this just means Halo has to get pushed off a generator to come for the pickup onto Bravo. Pre-dropping that pallet instantly. You don't really want to be sitting in a pallet with the Doctor being able to shock you. But Mo's just going to be holding W around this tile, just holding it very tightly and just able to get that down onto Mike. And Mike is a fresh hook, pain hook. So we can get a nice little pain res onto one of those generators that they have been working on. I mean, oof. What do we do from here, these survivors? I mean, we still got a little Bravo on the ground. We got Halo somewhere on the map. Not sure exactly where, but we're not fully infected with the static shock therapy, but we have the
Mm.
static blast to locate Halo's whereabouts. So we do find Halo behind main over here. So we're trying to stealth, and unfortunately, just getting caught out a little bit there. So this is looking a little bit like a 4K2 here. I mean, even though we got refunded at the window, I thought it was going to cost Mo a little bit, but Mo's just bringing it back anyway.
Yeah, no, this is definitely a really good turnaround for Mo here. Being able to get a 4K2 is crazy, and I think like the start was really good for the survivors. Their chases were really good, but unfortunately just dying. And what they probably didn't realize was a really tight 3-gen and ruin there too. And Mo was just able to kind of play around that and just camp anger to second and just push him off the generators was absolutely huge for him. But yeah, no, 4K2 is a very, very good result for the Doctor because you don't generally see 4Ks on Doctor. He's a very homeless killer, you know? He doesn't have a lot going for him. He's just an M1 killer, but no, but very well played to Mo there. That was an insane game. I really enjoyed watching that, and 4K3 is going to be really tough for our evolution killer to get.
I feel like it's been done in the past though. I feel like I've seen a couple of
Oh yeah.
4K3 Doctor sets. I mean, like if survivors fumble the bag, it's definitely doable. But these are some very strong teams, so they're not the weakest teams in the group sets. So they do know what they're doing. They usually come in like they've got the good chases. They come in for the hit takes and stuff like that. So they will be fighting for the absolute best results that they can possibly get. But in saying that, we will take a short intermission, swap over the killer, and then we'll be seeing Evolution take up the killer mantle. Whether or not they can get that 4K3 or maybe meet another tie.
Yeah, I guess we'll just have to see, Fizz. It's going to be very said we have seen 4K3s and a lot of 4Ks on Doctor in the past, but a very strong survivor team that knows what they're doing will, you know, be able to get those low stage results, like, a 5 or 6 stage, which is you'll generally see on a Doctor set. So it's really going to come down to how the survivors play in this next set. So yeah, it's gonna be really tough for Evolution. I mean, if they can't get that, they need to get that win on the 4K3 to make it a 1-all tie. And if Nameless get that win, it will just mean they win 2-0. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see how they go. So we're gonna take a short intermission while we get that set up for you guys. All right, welcome back everyone to Nameless King versus Evolution. We just saw Mo get a crazy result on the Doctor. It was a 4K2, which is actually insane for a Doctor set. And now we're going to be seeing if Evolution, I believe it is Bravo playing the Doctor in this one for Evolution, trying to meet a really tough win con of 4K3 or even a 4K2 to tie. But um I don't even if they tie again, does that mean we have to replay? I don't know. Because it's still 1-0. Will Nameless just get the win? I'm gonna have to get the refs to confirm that. But 4K3 is a very, very tough win con to meet. But we do have sort of a different build. We have Sloppy instead of Eruption, I think. Was it
Ruin.
Wait, I can't even. Oh yeah, Ruin. That's right. Sloppy instead of Ruin. I just forgot the perks that Mo was running last game. But
Oh,
we do
bang.
get a very early tag onto Han Lee here and going to be pathing our way to our top side of the map towards our corrupt area. We don't really have a gross 3-gen that, Mo had. I mean, we kind of do, but I feel like the one that Mo had was just a lot worse. I don't know. It could have just been the Ruin Totem as well, but
Nut.
Mio going to be coming in your favorite fit, Fizz. Going to be taking that nice little tag, but rapid brutality going to be allowing us to catch up to Han Lee here. Going to be just trying to play around this pallet, but this is just going to result in a down. So very, very good start for Bravo. If he wants to get this win con, Fizz.
I mean, that rapid brutality just coming in clutch. Even if you come in with a hit take, he's still got that speed to low-key catch up to the survivor that he wants anyway. So, you know, great use of a perk, great first down. We've got a little bit of a generator over here working, but we have also pushed this survivor straight off. Now, Bravo has to play super aggressive, similar to the way Mo played. Mo played super aggressive as well, and I think they kind of have to go for a similar play style, but Bravo going, not confirming that tag onto Patch right there. Little unlucky, but you know, we saw the unhook happening, so we're going to be committing to our tunnel out, breaking this main pallet that has been dropped instantly. Just committing to our chase onto Hanley. Hanley just using this main building to their full advantage, just trying to hold W to this like bot side of the map, trying to find some tiles that are a little bit better than these dog water filler pallets that we see. And you know, Hanley doing a fantastic job of just making it to the complete other side of the map from that main building and just playing for their absolute life. Unfortunately getting caught out here, the little bit of a wrapped around whoopty wop, and Lil Bravo kind of caught onto that, and unfortunately with that shot coming through, Hanley not able to drop that pallet just resulted in the down finally. And you know, one thing we shouldn't be doing, Maya. Dying next to active generators. Oh my gosh.
Oh no, team. What are we doing while we die next to the active gens? And this gen had so much progress as well. But Patch has gotten away safely and is able to play for this pool. But no, we do see the blast kind of reveal their location. So Bravo knows exactly where they are, which is around the shack area. So it's kind of a bit... This is good for Bravo, that considering the chase did make it here next to this gen. And now Bravo can kind of play a little bit aggressively here. We see that Patch is trying to come in for this pool here, just wrapping around. Bravo just knowing exactly where they are and going to be getting that tier 3 onto Patch as well. So that just means they have to snap out of it before they can do anything else, really. So Bravo just going to hold this area here too, but no, actually someone has snuck in for the save. This is... Wait, was that was Patch just came in? Where did Patch come from? I just saw them a moment ago and they just slipped through under Bravo's nose. Oh my god. We get the pull onto Hanley and we do drop the shack pallet, and we don't really have much else here to work with. We are currently sitting on WinCon here for Bravo, and I don't think he's... Drop the pallet for him? Yeah, I love seeing that happen in these Doctor sets, you know. One thing you gotta do, because when you're in the shock, you can't really drop the pallets, so your teammates will often come in and drop them for you, but we see that Hanley is just absolutely going crazy right now and popping off, and I really like the teamwork that's coming through from these other survivors too. Coming in for these hit takes, as we see Day Xiao coming in for another hit take as well. We're currently sitting on Tycon, so it's kind of just really... Oh, it's really rough for Bravo now because we can't win this, and I've just confirmed that even if Bravo does tie this, it's still considered a win for Nameless. So I think it's safe to say that Nameless do take the set, but yeah, that Hanley just went absolutely crazy with those chases, and these guys just coming in for those hit takes as well. But Lil Bravo just gonna try and see if he can at least get a tyke. Like a Tycon here. We do find someone lurking around here. This is our Patch over here, the MVP. I don't know how the hell Patch just snuck through to get that. I must have just like blinked my eyes and just didn't see them. I don't know. Maybe Bravo did the exact same thing. But we see another gen mob in the background too. They're getting so many of these gen stars. So that is the confirmed win for Nameless King, a 2-0. So damn, these games have been really, really good to watch tonight, Viz. They've been super close, and all of these teams have just been fighting tooth and nail. And like, I gotta give props to Bravo here. Like, he's been playing exceptionally well on both Survivor and Killer. Like, his lich was insane, and even on Doctor as well. Like, he's, you know, he tried the best with what he was dealt with, and on Survivor too. Like, his chases were actually crazy. We do get a tag onto Day Xiao, and we're probably just going to be holding this area, try and go for the best result possible. Going to try and commit onto Day Xiao here, but we do have this nice little kind of 3-gen to work with. It is on this side of the map, so Lil Bravo just going to be playing around this. We see a little bit of progress on this gen, tucked behind those rocks there. And Bravo, knowing exactly where Daisha is, I don't know where Mio is though. Mio must be like on another gen just trying to get it done, or they might be just ready for the unhook as we're going to be actually just committing to Daisha here at this tile. Bravo timing the shocks very nicely, just not allowing Daisha to use those pallets. You see the pull coming through onto Patch in the background by Mio. I've just confirmed that apparently Mio was just in a locker at the water towers, so that's one thing that just people just don't do on doctor sets is just sit in a locker so they don't find you with the static blast. So very well played from our survivor side here, Fizz, I must say.
I'm very happy with Mio's outfit. It's been a hot minute since I've seen the Zarina Pingu or even ran the Zarina Pingu myself. So I'm so glad that that's the fit that he chose to take the W of this this set tonight. So thank you so much, Mio. Big ups for you, bro. Now that's an MVP right there. But we do take that hook onto Daysha. We are committing to this chase onto Patch over here. Patch does have a little bit of a short wall over here, but we have our shocks in our back pocket. We do get the shock onto Patch, and unfortunately Patch not being able to drop that pallet will just be eating the dirt. We see the unhook happening. Bravo just going to be slugging this one, going straight back to that hook. We do have 2 injured survivors, so the chases won't last as long as possible unless they absolutely just pop off and just make these chases last forever. We're just running around this water tower here, just using any type of environment to our best ability, and we do have a little bit of a pallet here already dropped, so we're just going to be running around this. Lil Bravo kind of bringing up his shock but not quite using. We do shock Mio here, unfortunately not able to drop that pallet, but we do just move straight on to the next pallet. But with that shock, still not able to get the down, but unfortunately missing the swing. They're getting the getting the getting the pallets done onto Bravo. Absolutely fantastic. Mira popping off right now, just going pallet to pallet, just chaining these tiles together. Exactly what you want to do against the Doctor, because he's got to take his time to actually catch up to you. And if you get that shock, just hold on W and just keep on going. And we've even got survivors looking like they're going to come in pits. Actually, no, they were just working on the generator because they are injured. And Mio's just making this chase take so long and just holding W around these tiles. And Lil Bravo just has to keep zapping and zapping and zapping. And Mio's just going to be holding W towards this edge map. So hopefully the rest of his teammates can get this generator done. But considering the fact we low-key ran at the generator, doesn't look like this gen's going to be popping anytime soon. But those motors are absolutely pumping. He's got to hook Mio or commit to one of these survivors, but none of these guys are at pain res, so we won't really have any regression on the gens, and we get the down onto Patch as well. So we might be able to safely commit to Mio here, or even Daishao trying to be a little bit sneaky there and get their generator done, but it is not happening as Lil Bravo just read the room, but unfortunately getting a stun there. Daishao just able to hold W now, make it to another tile, and just hopefully just pre-drop that pallet, get it out of the way. Will we be able to get the pickup onto... No, we can't even get the pickup because we are infected with madness, so we can't really do anything right now. We can't touch motors, we can't touch our teammates. We just have to make this last chase last as long as possible. It's basically just a 1v1 at the moment, just a little bit for show and tell, ladies and gentlemen. But you know what? A 4K1 result is insane as well. So these killers, I gotta give it to them. They've both been playing absolutely fantastic tonight.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree with you there, Fizz, between, Bravo and Mo. Both have been playing super well. I always enjoy watching Mo play killer too. Just because of his playstyle, it's very, very hyper aggressive. Very unique playstyle, and it definitely does work out in his favor sometimes, and he gets some crazy results. So, and he brings in like some wacky perks too. I love to see it. So, very well played from both Nameless and Evolution here. So that does mean that Nameless do take the win of this series. So honestly, like both teams just performed really well. We saw some really good plays. We saw some really good killers, some really good survivor plays. It was just tonight was just full of really good games, Fizz. I'm not gonna lie. Like even in the Diamond Dogs and Chinese Dragons game, there was some just really good games to watch there too. Um, but yeah, very well played to everyone.
I mean, I have to agree with you. I mean, my brain was locked onto that Diamond Dogs and Chinese Dragon
I
game
could
for
tell.
how long. I just kept mentioning it. I was like, oh my god, I'm still there. I'm still in that set. But regardless, these guys played absolutely fantastic. But that is the last game of the night, so we will be saying goodbye to you guys. So make sure you go and check out our socials. If you missed the game, it'll more than likely be uploaded to YouTube, or you can just go back and watch the VOD. Don't be, don't be too hesitant to do that. There were some fantastic games, especially early on as well. So thank you everyone for tonight. And if you have anything to say, Maya, it's all yours.
No, thank you so much for casting with me, Fizz. And again, GG's to everyone that played tonight. And thank you guys so much for coming to watch. And as Fizz said, make sure you join the Discord, follow our socials, our Twitter, and everything like that. And yeah, hope everyone has a lovely rest of their Sunday night and weekend. If you have a public holiday tomorrow, if you're in Victoria, enjoy the public holiday. And yeah, we'll see you guys next weekend.